Hello! Reporting to you live from my side table, which is right here. You may be asking yourself, why are you at the side table? Well, I'm gonna answer that question right after my little intro video. I don't know why I sat here and pretended like if the song was playing and like played the little song in my head and literally sat here and stared at the camera and waited for the full length of the time, even though I know I'm gonna edit this video to input it, whatever. So today I thought that I would put together a little September TBR, and I wasn't planning on doing this because one, I've just been in like such a reading slump lately that I'm like, I absolutely cannot read something that I'm not in the mood for, because it's going to further put me into my slump. And I just started getting excited about reading again, so we're not going to do that. But then I ordered a book on Pango Books. If you don't know what that is, it's like a app / little bookstore. And I have a Pango bookstore. Users can create their own little bookstore and sell some of their used books. And the reason I'm talking about Pango Books is because I bought a fairy loot edition of a book on there, and the person sent me this cute little basket. It's so adorable. It's like a little book basket. And so then I decided that I definitely need to put this on my side table, and I definitely need to put some books in here. And the books I'm gonna put must be my September TBR, because what else would I put in there, right? So I'm not gonna build a TBR of like all the books that I'm gonna read this month, but I decided that maybe I would curate a few books, aka enough to fit in this little basket and make me happy and like send serotonin. So I think I'm gonna just like pick out some books that I've just like kind of been in the mood for and put them in here, and that'll serve as a little bit of a September TBR, so that I can just kind of have like quick access to them. And if I don't read them, then don't hold me responsible, because I just told you that I'm gonna be mood reading this month. All right, let's get started. Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna put the two books that I recently bought on here. I'm not 100% sure if I'm actually in the mood to read The Red Queen, which I literally only bought because the cover is so stinking beautiful and I'm obsessed with this version of the book. I'm distracted because Waffle, my pet rabbit, is licking my legs. She's so strange. She must be included in everything that I do. She gets like FOMO. So she's asking for attention right now. But anyways, I bought this book because it was pretty and I have no regrets. So we're gonna put it on the TBR. Do I know what it's about? No, but the back says power is a dangerous thing. And the front is really nice. So that's all I really have to know. Then the book that prompted this whole video, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Again, the back says 2 rivals, 2 stories, 2 hearts, 1 fate. Rich and romantic. So, yeah. Can you tell that I also don't know what this book is about? I know it has like some magical elements. I believe that the 2 main characters who have like a romance going on are journalists. And that's all I know. We're not gonna lie, okay? It's fine. I just became obsessed with this book because it was so pretty that I had to have it. And you're probably gonna hear me say that in like 3 videos, because I am now remembering that I have said that a million times. But I'm now happy and complete because I own this book, and that's all that matters to me. So the next book that I put on this TBR is going to be Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. First of all, I love Elizabeth Acevedo because I actually know her because she's my sorority sister. And yes, and that's a humble brag. But also I am absolutely obsessed with all the books I've read by her so far. I've read Clap When You Land and The Poet X, and With the Fire on High. And oh, her writing, it's just so relatable, because, you know, she talks about Dominican culture a lot, which I feel like you don't see very often in books. And I just felt so seen and like heard and understood when I read her books. And so that's why I really enjoyed them. And this one I think has some fantastical elements. So I'm really excited. But on top of that, I think I'm going to be reading this with my sorority for our book club this month. So it makes sense to put it on here because I know I'm going to read it. I'm trying to give myself easy wins, okay? So I might as well continue with the rest of my book of the month picks that I'm going to put on this TBR. And the first one is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. This is a book that I, well, first of all, has witchy vibes, and we're coming into spooky season, so, you know, that can work out in my favor. So, yeah, hopefully it'll match the vibes. It'll put me in, like, the spooky season vibes. But also, I tried to read this book before, and I just couldn't get into it. And I ended up, like, soft DNFing it. So, I'm putting it back on here because I'm gonna, like, give it another shot. And if I'm not enjoying it, then I'm just going to DNF this book permanently. And the last book of the month book, to, you know, get rid of my book of the month stack of shame, I put in here, that's not the front, Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. So actually I had also picked up this book before, but then I read that in the description it said that there were nods to Agatha Christie's, and then there were none. Did I say her name right? It's supposed to be Agatha Christie. I don't know what I said, but I usually don't read the descriptions for thriller books because I like to go in blind and like be surprised by what happens. But for some reason I read the like synopsis of this one and I saw that this is supposed to be like a play on And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So I decided to put it down so I can read Agatha Christie's book first. That way when I read this one, I actually know what, maybe you don't have to know what happened in the other book, but I want to know why they're similar. So yeah, that's it. That's all. And then I have 2 more books that I want to put on here because I want to read them for a video. So I'm trying to do like one more, like trying not to let go of the summer video, and it has a theme. I'm not gonna tell you about it. I'm just gonna tell you the 2 books. The first one is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, and the second one is the Penguin Book of Mermaids. So this is like a book about like tales and stuff. Like it's real myths. Does that contradict itself to say real myths? It's not a fictional book is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is what people actually believe. And I think all of the like mythical beings in this book are like semi like mermaid, siren, like water-esque related. So you can probably guess what the video is about. And if you do, you can put it down in the comments, but I'm not gonna tell you if you're right or wrong, because that way then you'll have to tune in for the video. Sorry friends. Anyways, so I'm gonna put all of these in the basket and then see if I have any space for more, and if I do, then I will pick out some more books. Ignore the fact that I melted the paint on my side table. We're just gonna hide it with the basket. See what I did there? Just act like our problems don't exist if we don't see them. TBR, pals. She's so beautiful. Wow, guys, that was truly magical. It literally fit exactly. So I don't have to pick any more books. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you didn't, don't tell me because it'll hurt my feelings. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button or subscribe and leave me a fish emoji in the comments. Why? I'm not sure. I just thought of a fish. So thank you for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you when I see you next. Bye.